Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me today, and happy Monday to you all. It's time to kick it off with some motivation. Here's the quote. The very least you can do in your life is figure out what you hope for, and the most you can do is live inside that hope. Not admire it from a distance, but live in it right under its roof. I love that. Life's about figuring out what you hope for, not from a distance, but living in it right now. It's like, don't just talk about it, be about it. When hope hits your heart, it's motivating. It can drive you and will make you more intentional about your path in life. Discovering that thing that moves you is like a hidden treasure. So sit still, let your mind wander and explore, and then pinpoint that thing that you hope for. And then strategize on how to make it happen. It takes one step at a time. Now on to today's show. So Thursday is National Pet Day, and I know you all love your cats, dogs, and rabbits, so we are having a pet picture party. And we're asking all of our viewers to submit a photo of your pet to be included in Thursday's show. Please email us a photo with their name and age at livinglocal15@wane.com. Now, first up on the show, Foster Financial is joining me for Money Monday, and we discuss a very interesting topic about income riders and customizing your annuity. And because we are 1 week away from the tax deadline, guys, 1 week away, we want to make sure that you have all the information you need. So joining me again is Amanda, a tax specialist with Jackson Hewitt Tax Services. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. It is Money Monday, and today we're going to break down some useful financial topics for women. And joining me is Caleb Doan, the Vice President of Foster Financial. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well. Look, we're kind of matching.
Hey, there we go. We didn't even plan it. That's pretty good.
Okay, so we're continuing our conversation from the previous Money Monday, talking about fixed annuity indexes or fixed index annuities. Yes. And so we hit on one part of it. What part will we discuss today?
Yeah, so I mean, these are pretty complex investments, I would say, but they're really common. So I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are probably listening to this saying, hey, I'm pretty sure I have one of those in my portfolio. But the thing is, they're so common and yet so complex. And so I find a lot of people maybe don't fully understand what they're invested in.
Okay.
And so, last week we talked a little bit about kind of the concept of FIAs. Today I wanted to talk about the concept of riders and specifically income riders.
Okay, income riders. Okay, what is that?
Yeah, so a rider is basically just an added benefit that gets attached onto a policy. Okay. So it's some extra little benefit, and this could be anything. Probably one of the most common ones on these fixed indexed annuities are an income rider. And basically how it works is the insurance company, which are who these are purchased through, they say, hey, you have $100,000 in this fixed indexed annuity. We are going to guarantee that you're allowed to withdraw $6,000 every single year for the rest of your life. And that could be more or less. It kind of depends on the insurance company. But they guarantee you a certain amount that you can withdraw for the rest of your life, regardless of how long you live, even if the account value goes to zero. And so it's basically a hedge against longevity, outliving your savings.
Okay, so let's say that there was that financial deduction rider, but you said the account can run out. So how much money people actually have themselves can run out and they will still get paid?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so it's basically the insurance company is saying, hey, they look at your age and all that kind of stuff, and they basically say, hey, based on these factors, you're 65 years old, we're going to allow you to withdraw 6% of this contract every single year. So on $100,000, they say, hey, you can withdraw $6,000 every single year for the rest of your life. And so that $100,000 is in that account. Year one, maybe it grows a little bit to $102,000 by just, indexing in the in the index that it tracks, then you withdraw the $6,000, so it goes down a little bit, and over the course of your retirement, it continues to go down. If you live a really long time, you're withdrawing money out of that contract for many, many years.
Yeah.
So the risk of somebody living to, 100 years old or something like that in retirement is that, man, they need those accounts to last them for a long time.
Okay, so I'm sure that was like ding, ding, ding. People's minds are like, okay, wait, what are we talking about again? How do we get this? We get this for the rest of our lives. So let's back it up just a little bit and retell us what an annuity is and a fixed annuity. What are the differences between the two?
Yes, well, so a fixed indexed annuity, which is one of the more common ones that a lot of people are in, it protects you on the downside. Okay, so if you have $100,000 invested in the annuity, it might track the S&P 500. If the S&P 500 goes down 10%, your annuity does not go down 10%. But then on the upside, you don't get to participate in the whole upside. So if the S&P 500 goes up 10%, you might be capped at 5% or something
And so
like that.
again, an annuity, a fixed indexed annuity is something that people can open themselves.
Yeah, you open it, you purchase it through like an insurance company, and a lot of times people are rolling over their 401k, let's say, into a fixed indexed annuity.
So it's essentially a retirement fund.
Yeah, exactly. It's a type of retirement account that somebody would be invested in. Those income riders specifically, those are kind of for people who need to withdraw the money in order to live off of in retirement.
And so with that fixed indexed annuity, is there a minimum age or that you have to be in order to get it? Because we love the 70, 71 and a half and all that for retirement.
Yeah, so with annuities, in order to withdraw without getting a penalty, you need to be over 59 and a half.
Okay.
So you can get into it at any time you want, but in order to withdraw it, specifically from an IRA, for example, without any sort of tax penalties, you have to be over 59 and a half.
So out of all of the retirement investment plans, would it be wise for a young person to start putting money into a fixed index annuity now?
So oftentimes not, because a fixed index annuity is a very conservative investment, which is one of the reasons why it's helpful to talk about on Money Mondays, because we focus on kind of financial advice relating to women.
Right.
Generally speaking, women are a little bit more conservative than men when it comes to investments. And so I personally have never recommended that somebody who's a very aggressive investor be inside a fixed index annuity. And usually, younger investors, they have a longer time before they need to withdraw the money. They can be a little bit more growth oriented. Fixed index annuities, they're capped in what they're allowed to increase, but they protect you on the downside. So it can be a good investment for the more conservative investors, but usually that's, the people who are closer to retirement or in retirement.
Right. So you would recommend waiting, maybe get something else younger that you can kind of have more flexibility, a little bit of chance of a rise in your what is it? You have your conservative, but then you have your
more aggressive growth-oriented
fund. You can kind of change stuff with it. Okay, so once a person gets an annuity, do you apply for this income rider on the onset of it, or do you wait?
Yeah, typically you put that income rider on right away.
Okay.
And it depends on the agent or investment advisor that's helping somebody get into these. But the thing is, you want to get into an annuity only if it's suitable for you, right? If it's necessary for you to get in. So if somebody is, transferring money into an annuity because they need to take income from it, then usually you'll want to put that income rider on right from the start, right? It's necessary to do that right when it opens. I think the issue that I've seen in the past is that there are some people who have an income rider on their annuity, and a lot of those income riders charge a fee in order for it to be on there. So the insurance company might be charging 1% or whatever it might be of the contract value in order to have that rider on there. And the people who have that might not even need the income.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll have people who, between Social Security and their pensions, they have all the income that they need. They're not even withdrawing money from the fixed indexed annuity, and they don't plan to. yet they're, they come to me and they say, hey, somebody sold me this. I'm not sure why I have this. And I'm saying, hey, well, they're charging you $1,000 a year, $2,000 a year, whatever it is for this rider, and you're never going to use it. And so let's actually take that off so you're not getting charged.
Okay. And then my final question would be, for the fixed part, is there a certain term on this fixed annuity, or is it when you get it and then for the rest of your life?
Yeah, so there's usually kind of a couple different periods within these policies. The main one is the surrender period. So you'll get into a fixed index annuity. They'll say, hey, we're going to track the S&P 500, all this kind of stuff. But there's a surrender period of 5 years, let's say. So if that just means if you put money into it and then you want to take all of that money back out, there might be a surrender charge on doing that. The insurance company is basically saying, hey, we're giving you these certain contract details. We agree to increase the value if the stock market does this, all this kind of stuff, but you need to keep the money with us for a certain number of years. And if you don't, if you decide, hey, I need to go into a different annuity, I need to cash it out, whatever it is, there can be surrender charges there too. So that's another thing that's important to take a look at is the time horizon for the client on that money.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I think another thing that's important is to get a financial advisor to break it down, because that's a lot of things to kind of decide, and you need someone who is an expert like you. So thank you so much, Caleb.
Yeah, thank you.
And Foster Financial is here to help women plan for their retirement. So you can actually give them a call to set up a complimentary consultation. And I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Do you want to know the best places to go to eat and drink around Northeast Indiana? Well, join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15, weekdays at 9 a.m. as I take you inside of the best restaurants, new and old, explore their menu, and of course, mix up some cocktails. Where will I go next? Well, you'll have to watch and see, but I want to know, where do you recommend I go?
Keep up with Jessica Williams on Living Local 15, weekdays at 9.
This segment sponsored by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services. The tax deadline is quickly approaching, so here to discuss their convenient services is Amanda McGaldy with Jackson Hewitt Tax Services. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Okay, so I'm sure you are so busy right now.
Absolutely.
Being a senior tax preparer for Jackson Hewitt. So kind of give me a little bit of information about what is happening right now. Like, when is the deadline? And what should people do if they have not filed their taxes?
Yes, absolutely. So first and foremost, don't wait. Don't wait to file your taxes. The sooner you file, actually, the sooner you'll get your refund, and the sooner also you will know what, if anything, you owe the IRS or a state government. So there's a common misconception that the day that you file your taxes, you have to pay anything you owe to the IRS. Not true. You can, every deadline is due on April 15th by midnight. So you do have up until then. And additionally, something people don't think about is protecting your identity. The sooner you file your taxes, the sooner you prevent bad actors from taking any of your information and filing a tax return on your behalf. So, and last but not least, I know it's not everyone's favorite thing to file taxes, like going to the dentist or the eye doctor, but highly encourage you to do it. Check it off your list, and just get it done for the season.
That is so true. The earlier the better, because when you wait, then the pressure gets on, and then you may fumble and stumble and submit something on the form.
Absolutely.
So just get it out the way.
Get it out of the way.
So does April 15th fall on a weekday?
It does. It falls on Monday this year. Yes.
Yes. Okay, wonderful. And if people aren't aware really of Jackson Hewitt Tax Services and what you all do, can you give me information about that?
Yes, absolutely. So we are your tax professionals. We help you with anything and everything. We can file your tax return, we can amend it, and we can even file an extension on your behalf. So anything that you might need related to your tax preparation is something that we can absolutely do for you.
Okay, wonderful. And how do people really go about preparing their documents and all of the information they need before filing?
Super good question. So first and foremost, bring any documents that relate to your income. So that looks like W-2s, retirement statements, Social Security, anything like that. If you're a self-employed individual, you'll want to bring your totals of like your income, any deductions you might take. And then, also your mortgage interest statement and property taxes. Super important for your state return. I know not a lot of people think about that, but very important. And last but not least, I do have a joke. I call myself the great filter. You know, my clients bring in documents yay high, you know, and we just like put them into our little piles about what we need or what we don't. So I'm happy to sort through that. Oh, you may want to bring in also your last year's tax return. Not super important, but it can be helpful in certain situations.
Okay, that's good. I mean, when I think about that stack that you're talking about, I'm like, there could be so many things. Because banks send you little, if you get a little interest on a savings account, if you're paying student loans, there's an interest deduction. I mean, if you're do a little gig or something, you have a 1099. So all of these things, there's so many things. So you're just saying any type of income that you get throughout the year, save them in a folder and make it tangible, not digital files. Do you want it to be printed off?
Honestly, we can take either or. So we have this great tool called a MyJH account. It's free, it's easy, secure, and what you can do with it is you can upload any digital documents you may have ahead of time. So when you get to your tax interview, streamline the process that much more. But if you're working with paper, we're happy to take that as well.
That is so great. Okay, so your offices are located here.
Absolutely.
Right, in Fort Wayne. And people can make an appointment to talk to you or just walk in. How does that work?
Yes, both and. We accept walk-ins, although I will say if you like want to ensure you have your spot, go ahead and make that appointment. You can do it on jacksonhewitt.com, Google. You can even call our customer service number. And of course, we will take anyone who comes in, but I like to just, you know, I'm one of those people who likes to have an appointment, make sure I got my spot so I can file before April 15th.
Yes, that's so good. And if someone does not file before April 15th, what are their options?
Okay, so don't worry. The IRS knows that we are all sometimes procrastinators. So, for instance, maybe you don't have all of your paperwork or something like that. You can file an extension. Do want to note here, an extension gives you 6 more months to file your tax return, but it doesn't mean you get 6 more months to pay anything you might owe the IRS. So keep that in mind. And you are still going to want to file as soon as possible. Just because you have 6 months, don't take the whole 6 months if you're ready to go, you know, type of deal.
Yes, that's so true. And I always wonder, like, is that a bad, you know, little ticket on your account?
No, the IRS knows that there are a variety of reasons. No yellow flag in your account or anything. You know, but some people will say, well, you know, I don't want to do the extension and I don't really think I want to file this year. And I highly discourage that because you can get stuck with penalties, a late filing fee and a late payment fee. So do, you know, try your best to get in before April 15th. But if you need it, the extension is there.
Okay, wonderful. And then you all have something happening, a Double Your Rewards program. So tell me about that special.
Yes, your Double Your Refund sweepstakes. So it's something we love to offer to all Jackson Hewitt clients who come in and file with us. Basically how it works is every week we will choose 2 grand prize winners. You get a prize equal to your federal refund, up to 10 grand. Minimum $1,500. But don't worry if you're not a grand prize winner. You still get a runner-up too. There are 20 of those chosen each week for $200 a piece.
Oh, nice.
And on top of that, the whole season will also have 2 more grand prize winners and 20 more runner-ups. And we actually every year have a winner in one of our locally owned and operated Jackson Hewitt. So really exciting thing to just spice taxes up a little bit.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Who wouldn't want her as your tax preparer? You're like a ball of energy and I love it so much.
Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, I think we have it down. Basically, we have to file one way or the other. File your taxes or file an extension.
Please, as your tax pro, file your taxes.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you, Jessica. It was a pleasure to speak with you as well. And please feel free to stop by any of your locally owned and operated Jackson Hewitts. We'll take care of you. We'll make sure everything's done right. We are also open in the summer, by the way, in case you have any issues that pop up in the summer. IRS letter, maybe you didn't do your own taxes correctly. And we'll see you at our State Street location here in Fort Wayne.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jessica.
And if you'd like more information about Jackson Hewitt Tax Services, we'll have their website listed below, and we'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Jackson Hewitt Tax Services.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Wake up with us on WANE 15's First News every weekday morning.
We'll bring you the local news you need to start your day.
Stay with CBS Mornings at 7 on WANE 15.
We've got the overnight breaking news and in-depth reporting.
And uplifting stories to start your day off right.
Then at 9, watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams. Hey, Jessica.
We're talking food, fun, and everything going on in Northeast Indiana.
First News, CBS Mornings.
And then Living Local 15.
A great way to start your day.
Every day.
Hi, I'm Jessica Williams, host of Living Local 15, covering food, fashion, and everything fun in Northeast Indiana. Watch weekday mornings at 9 as we explore the community and I introduce you to some of my new favorite places. Where will I go next? Well, you'll have to watch and see, but I want to know, where do you recommend I go?
Watch Living Local 15 with Jessica Williams, weekdays at 9 on WANE 15, and catch past episodes on WANE.com.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, you can always catch up on episodes and segments of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com, downloading the WANE app, and checking us out on YouTube. And I'll let you know that tomorrow we have a special episode. I'll be on location at the Unity Performing Arts Foundation, learning about everything they have to offer our community and also hearing the kids sing, perform, and so much more. And let's just say, life's all about figuring out what you hope for, not from a distance, but living in it right now. Don't just talk about it, be about it. So I encourage you this week to make it a great one, and I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.